way. From 17th century brides wearing their best dress no matter what the color, to Queen Victoria popularizing the white wedding dress by wearing an ivory silk gown to marry Prince Albert in 1840, to the many other styles that have come about, such as fitted bodices, suits, headpieces, silk, and many other. Bridal style has come a long way. Today we are at Ardenne, Emirates, shop number 8, where you can find Bliss Bridal Boutique. Come with me.
I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Queeny KB. I'm so happy that you have joined me. Welcome to another episode in my wedding planning series where I give you tips to help you plan your own wedding. If you're new here, consider yourself a royal and be sure to check out the other videos on my channel. Also remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Yes. Today we have with us Mrs. Sara Stanford, the owner of Bliss Bridal Boutique, Jamaica's #1 wedding dress boutique, if I do say so myself.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have you on my channel.
My pleasure.
To be able to give professional advice to my viewers, especially those brides who are interested in having their wedding dress. Thank you so much for
my pleasure.
being here.
Yeah, man.
All right, and we have caught up with Sara at an extremely busy time, because it's now the Christmas season and many brides are having their wedding during this time, and they have opted, of course, to use Bliss Bridal to get their wedding dresses. I was one of those brides 2 years ago. My wedding was actually the weekend right before Christmas.
This weekend, same
exactly.
weekend.
So
Right.
same weekend 2 years ago, and
yeah.
so I understand how hectic and overwhelming this period can be. So Sara, how are you coping?
Well, here's the thing. It's always the last weekend before Christmas, always a business, right? And so that's why you see all these pink bags. Quite a few brides have picked up already, but we have many brides picking up over the next day or two.
Okay.
And so we have to, within the space of about a week, we are gonna have to organize and get all these dresses ready, which means final fittings, final alterations, cleaning, and pickups for brides that are getting married in Kingston, Montego Bay, Ocheria, St. Elizabeth, wherever it is. And so we have to make sure all those things are in place. So it's we've figured it out over the past 9 years, so we're pretty much a well-oiled machine. But this year was a little bit different because, well, there was COVID. So what happened was there were tons of brides that were getting married in March, April, who postponed to December. And so on top of the new brides that booked, we also had to deal with the brides that carried over. And then our staff complement is not exactly as I would want it to be. And so all of that kind of put extra pressure on the entire team. I mean, Vinette, who is, my ancillary office helper who helps and cleans the office and does all this stuff, she has just jumped in and she's helping us steam and she's helping us do everything that we need to do. And so it's like a little team, a little family, and we just have to get it done. We really don't have a choice. And I'm grateful that in 2020 December, I can still be busy.
And I'm grateful for you too. You are really helping many brides, and at a time like this where it's a bit stressful. As you said, they've postponed. Many of them probably were considering to cancel. But they still trust your services and know that you will still be there for them. Still have the dresses available to the point where you can still have dresses for new brides.
Right.
Along with those who had postponed. So you're doing very well, boss
Thank
lady.
you.
You did mention.
I will tell you before you go any further, it's not. This, like I said, well-oiled machine. So between, like I mentioned, it's not. No, I am I am on one end. People like my admin, Trudy, and I couldn't do it without all of them. It would
So
be a hot
thank you,
mess.
Trudy, and what's the name of
Trudy
the
Vinette, my
ancillary?
seamstress Godiva, yes.
Thank you to all of
And
you.
my hubby who does all the marketing,
Yes, and
everything that we
we
need to do.
know
Yeah,
him
man.
as well,
Yes.
Sarah. So thank you.
problem.
And you had mentioned that you have been doing this for 9 years,
Yeah.
right? What really inspired you to create Bliss Bridal?
I got married. We got engaged. No, well, I owned a company with my brother prior to
Okay.
Bliss, and we sold it. We sold it to Mailpack. And when we sold the company, I had no clue what I was going to do with my life. Absolutely no clue.
Oh my.
And I got engaged and was doing the wedding shopping thing and whatever. And my mommy said, Sarah, why don't you open a bridal store? And I thought, because I've always loved wedding dresses, like a lot of women, but I also have a little bit of an eye for fashion. And so we decided. Thank you. So we decided. My husband and I used to sit down on the bench in our back porch in our complex and just start putting pen to paper, figuring it out. And then that's what we did. We figured it out, and I think it came at a time where there was just a little bit of a gap in the market. There were 1 or 2 boutiques that were doing it well, but there weren't a lot of boutiques that were doing it well, and there were always areas, in my opinion, that could have used, improvement, things that could have been changed, my eye, my thought, whatever. And so we did it 9 years ago, and God bless, God willing, we're still here today.
So it was really right timing, and I'm glad that you had that problem with, probably sourcing a dress that you wanted to be able to fill that gap for
Right.
so many brides nowadays.
Right.
And I believe that you source wedding gowns for international.
Okay, so what I do, the way I chose to do it was I chose to partner with specific international bridal designers, right? Because for me, quality was the most important. Quality and design. Consistent quality and design. I could have done like other places have done and just found, maybe a Chinese wholesaler or a Chinese retailer or whatever the case is. But again, consistency in quality to me was key.
Yeah.
And if I can't guarantee that consistency in quality, it didn't make sense. And so I went to some of the designers that I had tried on dresses for, developed relationships with them, and created exclusive contracts with them. So there are certain designers that meaning Bliss Bridal, is the only boutique in Jamaica that, is an authorized retailer to carry them. And that was very important.
That's good, and I can still remember my Maggie
There
Sotero
you go.
dress,
Yes.
Yes. And of course I have a photo to show you all. But really though, Sarah, is a wedding dress important? Like, do I need to have a wedding dress?
Yes.
If I have like a nice dress put down?
Yes, and yes. It
Why?
doesn't have to be a ridiculously expensive dress.
No.
Right?
No.
And what a wedding dress to you is, and what a wedding dress to somebody else might be 2 separate things.
Yes.
But I feel like the wedding is the one time. You really and truly get one shot at it, right? So I'm not saying that you need to be extravagant and spend outside of your budget and do more than you are able to do. But what I'm saying is that you pick a dress that is special to you, that works for you. Whatever is going to make you feel not just beautiful, but also comfortable.
Yes.
But most importantly, going to make you feel confident, because those pictures last a lifetime, those memories last a lifetime. Right? Can you pick something out of your closet? Sure, you can. Even if you're going down to RGD, for example.
Yeah.
You may not want the big poofy sparkly dress with the train, but it doesn't mean that you can't have something simple, elegant, and timeless. And we carry that kind of stuff here because that's important. So I try to carry a wide variety that no matter if it's RGD, if it's Terra Nova, the Grand Ballroom, Uni Chapel, whatever, we have that thing. And to each his own. I mean, there's not every bride is gonna want a dress, so even a jumpsuit. Just make it special.
Okay, what are some of the factors though that I should consider when I'm gonna come to select a dress?
Alright, one of the first things you need to decide is whether or not you want to rent or buy.
Yes.
Okay?
And of course I'm gonna ask you, which do you prefer, or what is your take on renting versus buying?
I can't say which one is better. I will give you the considerations a bride needs to think about. First and foremost, she needs to think about her budget.
Okay.
If she only has 50,000 J.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Sorry, if she only has if her budget is $50,000 J, if you want a quality wedding gown for purchase, that's not going to work.
Okay.
Good. If your budget is 50,000 J, you can get a fabulous quality wedding dress to rent.
Okay.
Good. A wedding, like a Magisterial dress, it's gonna range anywhere from 1,500 US and up.
Okay.
Just keep it in
To
brass
purchase.
tacks. To purchase.
Okay.
Okay. Rental, we go from 25,000 to 65,000. I can rent a Magisterial dress to you for 25,000. It just depends on the dress.
Yes.
Good. The other consideration the bride has to think about is whether and how sentimental is she. Does she feel like
Yes.
she has this desire
That
to
was
have
it with
this
me.
dress?
I didn't think that I needed to keep a wedding dress.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Right,
That's
and
me.
I find more brides now are less inclined to keep a wedding dress because, you know, back in the day they say, oh, my daughter might want to wear it.
Yes.
Everybody knows your daughter not wearing it.
Yeah.
Right? But what you could do, if you are sentimental, what I suggest to a bride, if you want to purchase your dress, what you can do is when you have, if it is you decide you have a child, you can take some of that lace and make a fabulous christening gown for him or her. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
nice.
They're nice things that you can do because if you recognize that the dress serves no purpose anymore
Yeah.
for its initial purpose, then repurpose it. Do something else.
Makes sense.
Do something else with it. So those are two considerations. And then also there might be brides that might not be comfortable wearing a dress that somebody else has worn.
Yeah,
If that in your gut is important to you
Yeah.
and you don't feel good
Buy
about
a
it,
dress.
then buy a dress if you have the budget.
All right, I'm so happy that you mentioned the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I did mention that in my second episode. Budget is really important.
Mm-hmm.
But for a bride who their first time getting married, they're not sure of how much it is that they should allot to
Mm-hmm.
their wedding dress or the whole, because it's not only the wedding dress,
No.
it's maybe, you know, everything else that accessorizes
Right,
the
right.
dress. Do you have a ballpark figure of as to how much I need to put aside for wedding dress?
Okay, so again, it depends. And I'm not going to tell somebody that they need to put aside $80,000 to $90,000 for dress bill if they don't have that to put aside.
Jamaican. All right?
Jamaican, we're only speaking Jamaican, right? If it's US, I'll say US.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that she has to put aside that amount of money because there's a bride that could put away $45,000 and it work as well. It just depends on what you like.
Yes.
But I would say, for example, my dresses between $25,000 and $65,000 for rental. If you think you have the budget, then let's go worst case scenario or best case scenario, $65,000 for the dress. So good. You're gonna need a veil.
Okay.
You're gonna need earrings. You might want a pretty beaded side comb or
Crown?
or a
Do you
crown.
carry crown? We'll get there. So
Okay,
go
good.
ahead.
Maybe a bracelet, shoes,
Yes, definitely.
right? All undergarments, strapless bra, da-da-da. All
All
those
of that.
things you have to consider. So I would say possibly, depending on where you're shopping, I would add another, whatever your dress budget is, I would add probably another 15 to 20,000, if not more, depending, for the accessories. You're gonna rent a veil, you're gonna buy a veil. Where are you getting your shoes? You're buying them from 9 West online, or you're buying them from collectibles here in Kingston. All those different things you have to. And that's why starting the planning process early is so important.
better.
So you have a realistic view of how much money you need
Yes.
versus how much you have.
Sarah,
Yes.
what are some trends you see coming in for 2021, or what is really fading out?
Okay, well, what is coming in is simple elegance.
Okay.
I think I started to see it after Meghan Markle married
Wait,
Prince Harry,
yes.
and her dress was no
Very-
embellishment,
very
long
simple.
sleeve, but it was an elegant gown,
Yes.
right? So I started seeing brides request that type of stuff from them, but not many. Since COVID, because the weddings have gotten
Okay.
smaller, the budgets have gotten smaller. Everything is on a smaller scale. More brides. I'm getting so many requests now for, you don't have anything like this, and it's just there's no embellishment. It's just simple. Maybe it has a deep V. Maybe it has some long sleeves, but that satin, that crepe, very straight, no detailing, maybe a long train, maybe some button detail down the bottom. All these different things is what we're seeing much more. And if you look at some of the designer websites, you'll see it. So that's what's trending. Lace will always be fabulous. Good. What is basically out the door, and I can't say I'm upset to see it go, is ruffles.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't interested in that at all.
Yeah, you know, so the ruffle thing, when I first started 9 years ago, ruffle, fitted, boom, ruffle, right? Or fitted to here and big, it was all about layers and ruffles.
Yes.
So the heavy ruffles, the very dense, full ruffles, I find is taking a back seat now. You might still have some layers which is not which is nice as well. But you don't see as much of the fluff and the ruffles.
Frills and
Yeah,
all that.
beading and lace will always be in. But a bride,
Those are timeless.
those are timeless. A bride who's going to do the simple, elegant gown like a Meghan Markle, more than likely, is not going to be the bride that's going to do the fully beaded, you know. But it doesn't mean that one is better than the other. It's just what it is. Yeah, yeah.
So, I received a text recently to say, you know, let me read it. One moment, let me just pull it up. All right, so I feel like plus size people are reserved looking for dresses. It's kind of not comforting. Something that should be exciting is a bit scary. In my view, maybe that's why I'm not looking. Is there a fat people dress? Are dresses more designed for the slim people? Less options if you're plus size? Is it best to customize as a plus size bride?
All right, so a couple of things. One, no. There's no fat people dress, right? I've always had an issue, even when I order plus sizes from my designers. Some designers will make a dress from a size 0 to a size, I don't know, let's say 14, right? And then they'll say, okay, this is our plus size line. Well, can't I just order the same size 10 dress in a size 20, right? Rather than, because I find that a lot of designers, and it's just in regular clothes, they cut clothes differently when it says plus size, and I don't like it. So that's number one. So no, there's no fat people or plus size dress. When I order my dresses, whether I'm ordering a size 0 or a size 24, I made the mistake once and ordered a size 22 wide, and it looks like I think I've rented that dress once. It literally looks like I
can imagine that person had to alter
right.
it.
Yeah. So what you need to, so when shopping for a wedding dress, as a plus size bride, I'm not sure what she considers plus size. Right, because in the States, anything past a size 10 is plus size.
Yeah, because I mean, you're looking at plus size. I don't know.
Right.
I guess Jamaican plus size, like
fluffy, like a size 22 or a size 20 or whatever the case is. I will admit, and I think it's a case across the board, that I don't think that most of us have as many plus size dresses as we do others, and here's the reason why. Most of us are in a rental business. So what we need to do is we tend to have dresses for what we consider the majority or the average of our customers. So even my very skinny brides will complain that I don't have enough for skinny brides.
So see, it's on the spectrum.
So it's on the spectrum, and so that's why you'll see maybe not as many selections. So the thing is with plus size and skinny brides, it's just about what the average is, right? I do think all of us, and I'll take not responsibility, but I will acknowledge this. All of us here in the bridal industry, I don't think we do enough for the plus size bride. When I say plus size, you know, maybe size 24 and up, right? I carry from size 0 up to size 24. Okay. Good. She asked about customizing. I'm in two minds about customizing. Customizing is great if you find the right designer. If you don't find the right designer, it may not work out to your best benefit. And I'm always very wary. We have some great designers here in Jamaica, right? Bridal designers and stuff that I think do great jobs. But if you're plus size and you're concerned about your tummy, right? Yes. Or you're concerned about the back fat, for example, are we sure that the designer is going to have all the right boning, all the right structure, all the right cups, everything that we need to make sure that you are properly, you know, what I call locked and loaded and cinched, right? Because, and then if you're going to decide to customize, make sure you have the budget to do the customization properly. Don't think you can customize a wedding gown, whether you are a size 24 or a size 4. Don't think you can get a properly well-cut, well-structured, customized wedding gown for $40,000 for purchase. It's just not going to happen. If you want a proper, customized, fit-to-you dress, right? At minimum, you're looking at $100,000. G. Bridal lace is not cheap. Proper bridal lace. I bought bridal lace in the States one time. It was the cheapest one I got was $75 US a yard, up to $350 US a yard. A yard. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Right? So it's not inexpensive, and so I would suggest if you think you're going to have difficulty finding the dress because of your size, your height, start early. Start early.
Sarah, and with that, you know, we have to just quickly mention the insecurities. Well, we're not mentioning the insecurities, but how is it that you have helped, you know, give confidence to your brides, many of whom come in and they're complaining about maybe their stretch marks, as you mentioned, back fat, you know, they're probably feeling too slim, they don't have, you know, enough derriere, stuff like that. How is it that you...
That's a big one,
Well, I guess we are blessed, but I mean, that's how we are. But what about those brides who, you know, may have a problem with their chest area, their shoulders?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, what I find when I ask a bride, when a bride sits down on this bench and I say, what are you looking for in your wedding dress? I would say 9 times out of 10, a bride starts telling me all the things she doesn't like and what she wants to cover. And I ask her, okay, stop. Tell me what you want to highlight.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I can work around or fix the things that you may have issues with, right?
Yes.
You have an issue with you. Tell me, then make sure we get something corset and boning, right? Yes. You have a stuff with the arm. Well, let's do a bolero with a 3/4 sleeve. I can fix that. But what I want to know from you is, what do you love?
Yeah.
I find that women, we don't focus enough on the aspects of our body that we love.
Yeah.
Right?
Self-love, guys.
Self-love is very important. And as a side note, I speak about vitiligo, and I'm an advocate for vitiligo.
And I love that.
Thank you.
That was, of course, the first thing I noticed. And I'm like, wow, she's so confident, because from what I know, not a lot of persons are out there.
And they're not. I think it's getting easier now. But so one of the things I have done from when I was very young, and I don't know why I started it, how I started it, but one of the things I've done from when I was very young is every morning to this day I do it.
Wow.
When I look in the mirror, at some point in time, throughout the day, whether it's this mirror, the mirror in my bathroom, I find something I like about myself, and I tell myself that. Oh Lord, tell me look nice out that today. You're cute. Just a little something, because we will much quicker and much easier say, Lord, you look fat today, Lord, we are so much quicker to tear ourselves down than we are to build ourselves up, and that is a problem. And so when a bride walks into this store, right, when she comes in here, I use the word back fat, but when we're in there, I don't use back fat at my store. I don't use the word fat. I don't like to hear it. I don't like to hear when the family members and the sister went, Lord, the belly fat.
Yeah.
So I try and put an end to that. When you come into here, this store, this is where you're supposed to come and have an experience that makes you feel beautiful.
Yes.
And if I haven't succeeded in doing that, then I need to fix it.
Thank you so much. So you're not only about renting or selling dresses, but you are also indirectly and even directly empowering, you know, women. Thank you so much. Thank you. So she's doing a whole lot. All right, don't take her for granted, guys. Bliss Bridal Boutique.
Don't make any rain.